Alright, onward we go. It's time to find out who our final party
Kimari
member
fail
is.
and Guardian on Shupov. Kimari never fail again.
Might be more out bed. Keep watch, yeah?
He is just so brazenly racist.
Looks like we're stuck here for a while.
Alright, praise is all well and good, but where are the items? Give me items. But yeah, no, they're really uncomfortable around Waka on account of him just being your racist uncle, basically. Unironically love Riku. Yeah, no, she's super popular. To the point where the fact that she's not in Opera Omnia is making people genuinely really upset. Like, people are furious that, like, they're adding Braska. The game practically started with Cypher and his, like, little two henchmen. Like, yeah, Riku is crazy popular, especially her 10-2 design.
Oh, Waka, at your service.
You relate to her in her argument with Waka? I don't know which argument, but I can't imagine it's that difficult to guesstimate about what that actually is about. Man, Phoenix Downs are dirt cheap in this game.
Guard Yuna. Guard Yuna.
Good advice. Commands for gamers. Hey, Guado. Soon your race will be nothing. Fun fact of the day. Fun Final Fantasy fact. In order to get the perfect ending in Final Fantasy X-2, you have to encourage genocide against the Guado towards the, by befriending the Ronso. Like, in order to get the best result in their storyline, you have to say the Guado have to pay for their sins. I mean, they don't so much back Seymour as they are the same race as Seymour. Like, the nobles do, but Seymour is a noble, and also, there is no way that there is such thing as, like, a noble anything who would support anything moral.
You're not dead? Huh?
So, real talk, I think that Riku's diving suit looks a lot better than her default outfit. Her 10-2 outfit, I think people like a lot more in general. Like, I see a lot more, like, cosplay of that and art and stuff. Her regular outfit is kind of bland.
Riku.
Like, I realized it while drawing that version of Waka with her outfit. That orange shirt is really empty.
Terrible.
Also, a rare moment of Riku's theme. I don't even really remember this. There's actually also a Waka theme that just goes completely unused. The Waka theme actually has a very similar energy to, like, Barret, I think. It's very Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, that really hurt you.
I don't know, I just think her outfit is kind of dull.
Wait.
Like, it's not
You
terrible,
attacked
but,
us.
like, I think it just needs a little accent or
Not
something.
exactly what you think.
Yo! Friend of yours.
I'm curious how Waka identifies Al Bhed, that he can't recognize Riku
Yuna,
as one.
Lulu? I told you about her, remember? She was the one who helped me before I was washed up on Besaid. She's an Al Bhed.
Wow, so you like all your life. What luck meeting here, huh? Praise
Yeah,
be
what
to
are the
God.
odds of meeting here right after the Al Bhed attack?
So, Riku, you look a little beat up. You okay?
I like how Riku just intuits that Waka is racist and knows to go along with this.
There's something we need to discuss.
Oh, go ahead.
Girls only. Boys, please wait over there.
Right. Sorry, Waka.
Huh? What? Ah,
Can only imagine what Waka thinks they're talking about. What girl stuff they're talking about.
Sir Orin, I would like Riku to be my guardian.
I mean, when he says Al Bhed, that could be anything. Could even be an Al Bhed.
Oh, okay.
Open your eyes.
It is weird that Al Bhed are flat out like a different type of human, I guess.
okay.
I don't always know if a character is actually meant to be human in the Royal Final Fantasy, because the humans in Crystal
100%.
Chronicles are called Clavats.
So, anyway,
But it is weird how like Al Bhed actually aren't just like a splinter group
If
of
Yuna wishes
types
it.
of people. They have a different eye type.
I do.
Like not even eye shape, eye type. They have spiral
Riku's a
eyes.
Good girl. She helped me a bunch.
well, I'm for it. The more the merrier.
righto. Then I'll just have to be the merriest.
It was strange. Even though Waka had always hated the Al Bhed,
Riku, at your service.
he never realized Riku was one of them.
Wait, I just realized that because of the location of this narration, that implies that Waka just never figured it out. Like, he just went, he's in Zanarkand at the fireplace, and he's just like, so, Riku, you're a nice, normal, non-Al Bhed, right? Now, I think out of all the characters, Riku's gonna be the hardest to catch up on. Let's have a look though. So yeah, she has like nothing. So she must be behind on sphere levels, surely. So, where do I want to go to get to the Waka stuff? Is this it? Yes, okay. How many? Okay, she's actually not that bad. It's nowhere near as bad as what Orin was at. That was just terrible. So this isn't going to be the end of the world. She's going to be there in no time. And she'll get some stats along the way. And she's already got steel, so you know. Good stuff all around.
Ooh, a treasure chest.
Riku is one of the good ones. I mean, yeah.
Wonder what's inside.
I mean, unironically, like, the Al Bhed and Yevon both have very dated, flawed views of the world, and Riku does legitimately represent, like, a forward thinker. Like, she is unironically, like, better than most other Final Fantasy X characters in universe in that way.
Yahoo!
Although, she does have the really funny fantasy world flaw of, oh, I
You
just,
should know.
I don't believe in this fantasy bullshit.
I'm gonna use that item.
Everyone knows the far plane isn't real. It's just chemicals in your brain tricking you into thinking that you're seeing the dead. And all these aeons and stuff that you're summoning, they're all just science. Okay, wait, what am I supposed to mix? Did it say? Don't want to waste anything. Ooh, 10 key spheres overall. Nice. Man, what do I have I'm willing to get rid of? Silence grenade. Oh, smoke bomb. There we go. Mix is unironically going to probably be the best overdrive.
That was great.
What did you just do, Riku?
I can combine
You
items
must
using
have. That was
right
some incredible magic you learned, and definitely not any kind of albed and mixing techniques. I mean, age in Final Fantasy is weird. I'm pretty sure Wakka's probably like 20 something. He's very old by RPG standards. Actually, I think that 10 might be one of the older casts overall, relatively speaking. Like, I think there are several characters in their 20s. Because I know that Tidus was aged down for Dissidia. He's the only character who's designed flat out younger. Riku, I believe, is 16. And then I wouldn't be. My gut is saying that Wakka is 22, and I think that Tidus might be 20, Yuna might be 19. I have no idea for Lulu, maybe 21. Hard to say, but it doesn't really matter. It's all about the spirit, really. Wakka is a boomer in spirit, and that's what really matters. Oh, I'm still so bad at keeping up with this stuff. I just noticed. So, a lone prayer followed. Thank you. And a while back, films and JRPGs followed as well. So thank you. That was 2 hours ago, but you know, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely meant to be very open-ended in that way. Like, they're not saying that 22-year-olds are boomers. They're saying that people who are raised in this isolated way can be very obsessed with maintaining the status quo, even if it doesn't benefit them. Which is a very general, broad moral that I think most people can agree happens all the time.
Gotten any better?
Just watch.
Yeah, I hope Riku gets a ton of spear points right off the bat and she's not as slow as everyone else. Because that could be disastrous. Oh, I already did Wakka. Yeah, Final Fantasy X is definitely very interesting and very good overall. I was saying to a couple people on Twitter a while back, I'm glad that we're out of that weird era from like the 2010s where everyone was saying, oh man, Final Fantasy X is so bad it's good. It's so funny how old and dated it is. Like, it holds up just fine. People are just weird about JRPGs. Okay, don't kill. Damn it. Sorry, Auron. I want to say there's some hidden path around here, but I totally forget if there is. For some reason, this area is very blurry to me. I always mix it up with a location from Final Fantasy XII. So I always think that there's this like dragon boss that comes up, but it's a 12 area. It just looks the same. Yeah, no, like every Final Fantasy game basically started getting this weird, like basically fictional negative reputation. It's weird how much there. Oh, hey, Pillow Potion. It's weird how much there are parallels between Final Fantasy and Sonic, despite the fact that, as much as I like Sonic, Final Fantasy has a much, much, much better track record. But people still act like it doesn't. People still go, oh man, yeah, no. It sure is a shame how every Final Fantasy game after 7 was terrible. And it's not like the worst mainline Final Fantasy game is like maybe a 7 depending on your taste. But no, trust me, Final Fantasy 13 was their Sonic 06. They're directly comparable in quality. Oh geez, Riku had like no health. Like no health whatsoever, uh-oh.
You called?
Final Fantasy 13 was so bad it had 2 sequels, although honestly that probably had more to do with them wanting to reuse those assets because they were expensive to make. Which actually, that's one reason why I really hope they remaster it sooner rather than later, because I would really like to see 13.2 and Lightning Returns with those original assets from the original 13. Because that looked way better because it was built with PS3 in mind. And then they started compressing things like crazy for Xbox after. Yeah, I can totally understand not liking 13 because, like, in order to like 13, you have to either moderately like the combat and moderately like the story, or really like the combat and really like the story, because there is nothing else. Like, it's not like you can, like, really attach to, like, some goofy aspect of it, like in 10 or 6 or anything like that. Like, it's just lines with good combat and lots of cutscenes, but if that doesn't do it for you, then there's nothing else. Like, there's legitimately just nothing else of value for you. Hello, Car Odin. How's it going? Yeah, I mean, I don't love 13. It's not one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. Like, I think that the story is better than people... Like, people are very disingenuous about the story, but I do think it's kind of not the best. Like, there's a whole problem with 13 where it was localized weirdly, and it makes it so that the motivation for the finale doesn't really make any sense. But that said, like, I really like 13.2, and I love Lightning Returns. I think they're both, like, a lot better than 13, which, the thing is, people who really like 13 tend to not like 13.2 very much, because it's so different. Because 13.2 really ramps up the Kingdom Hearts bullshit. They have the time travel, they have an actual good antagonist, like, it's a way better experience in my opinion. And then Lightning Returns is just really cool and unique. Both available on Game Pass, by the way.
So be it. Farewell.
Yeah, I love Caius and Null. Sarah's fine too, but yeah, Caius I think is the best Final Fantasy antagonist of the 2000s, and then I think Null is a really, really good, like, fun character. He's not like amazingly like nuanced or anything like that. He's got a very basic thing going on, but I think he's just a nice kind of character to have among other kinds of characters that they usually do. These walls of abilities are rough. Still got a long way to go before Kimahri can start getting some stats again. Oh, was it just Kimahri who Nah. 360 health, jeez! That's rough! Oh! For this point in the game, that's like, she could get one shot easily if I get like ambushed or something. Well, not one shot, but like one turned, I guess. I thought I was just about to pay for my hubris right there. She's like a baby. And that's the thing, because I'm playing this wrong and going backwards, it's gonna be a bit before I get some health for her too. So that's a bit of a problem. Okay, what am I? Okay, I'm gonna stone the enemy here, so... Remedy. I want 2 times though. Remedies are nice. I guess I could try and use stone on the fast enemy, but oh! It healed it. Wait, did I use water by mistake? Whoops. My bad. Man, Tidus's attack damage hasn't changed in like 6 hours worth of streaming, maybe more. Okay, is that everyone? I used Aron and Kimahri. Right, Kimahri's stolen. Did I use Aron? Maybe not. Let's find out.
No worry.
And freeze now. There we go. Owned. I legitimately think this might just be the weapon to keep on for the entire game for these characters, because so many enemies are vulnerable to stone. Like, I'm pretty sure even when you get to Zanarkand, there's still tons of enemies you can just erase with that. Okay. We're getting close to Lulu's next +4 in strength. Soon she'll be doing some real damage. Just a little bit left. There it is. Oh, hey, I can get some health right off the bat. Should have done that. And now to go the wrong way. I wonder how Riku's going to turn out. There's going to be a lot of overlap between her and Wakka, I think. Because they're both going to have use and steal and some status attacks. She'll probably have a lot less MP, but that's about it. And then also, yeah, like she'll end up having more accuracy, he'll end up having more speed. Riku's one of those characters that doesn't have a specific, like, stat gimmick. Because, like, Tidus has high speed, Wakka has high accuracy, Lulu has high evasion, Yuna also has high evasion, but not quite as high.
We have been expecting you, Lady Yuna. Welcome to Guado Salam. This way, my lady. This way.
Me?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, I beg your pardon. I am called Trommel Guado. I am in the direct service of our leader, the great Seymour Guado. Lord Seymour.
Imagine your last name being your species. Can't be me.
Whatever could it be, I wonder?
I am not Hattok human.
Please, come inside the manor.
Or Hattok wolf.
All will be explained. Of course, your friends are also welcome.
Twist our arms, why don't you? Ah, I almost forgot.
Alright, here it is. Customize is used to upgrade weapons and armor by adding abilities to them. Items are needed to customize and add abilities to gear. First, choose the gear to customize. Note that some weapons and armor cannot be customized. If any of the slots in the ability window shown in the bottom right of the screen are empty, that gear can be customized. An item with no empty slot, it cannot be customized. There is also gear that cannot be customized no matter what. Now, after selecting the gear to customize, a list of available abilities that gear is displayed. The amount of items needed for the procedure is also displayed on the top right of the screen. On the left are the amount of items currently in stock. This is very similar to the summon tutorial. They might have just reused it. On the right is the amount of items left after the customization. Items are spent when gear is customized. Abilities for which there are insufficient items will be displayed in gray and cannot be selected. John Human, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the protagonist of Mass Effect. When you select an ability to add, you are asked to confirm the procedure. Select yes to complete the procedure. I do like that it changes the name of the gear. Some gear gets new names after customization. That concludes the customized tutorial.
What would you do without me?
I like how it is just the summon one, but they say procedure to make it sound more scientific. Alright, so there's no way I have enough gear to actually do anything useful yet, but I should at least have a look at what's available. Okay, sensor, ice strike, not much else. It does, like, it barely takes any spheres to get these weak stat bonuses, but the big ones cost so much for like no real reason because they're not that good. Alright, I should check my defensive abilities too. Ice Ward, and basically nothing else. Plus 5 MP is the best I've got, I think. Plus 5% MP. So there is something with Tidus, when he starts off with Brotherhood, yeah, so it has these 3 empty slots, but at some point it gets filled up with extra slots, and I've always wondered what happens if you fill them first and then get to that point. Does it overwrite them, or are you just screwed? Because it gets you some pretty decent bonuses, and there's no way around it. It happens like at a cutscene or something. Alright.
Care to hear about the far plane or the fireflies? Ahem. The far plane's the place where fireflies born from ascending gather. They appear in
Firefly
the shape of
is
people
such
who
good
die,
wordplay, honestly.
gone to the far plane.
It's really good. Like,
Quite
it's so
a
simple.
phenomenon. How I wish I understood it more fully. The Owlbed have a theory, you know. They say the fireflies are just reacting to visitors' thoughts and dreams.
You know, scientifically.
But only the dead appear on the far.
They just sense your
No
dreams.
image of the living has ever been seen. It's a great mystery, but maybe the dead leave a bit of themselves in the hearts of the living. And that little bit borrows the fireflies' power for their paranormal performance.
Yeah, people leave a
maybe
little bit of
who
themselves in the hearts of
And
their
that, as they
loved
say,
ones,
is that.
and a lot of themselves as horrible monsters that go and attack anyone.
Care to hear about the far plane or the fireflies? Ahem. They may be called fireflies, but
Yeah,
they
like
aren't
imagine
really
there being
flies.
atheists in a world where you can go to a
Those
town and just
lights
walk
you
over
see
into
when
heaven
the
and have a look.
fiend dies. The little fellows are responsible for a few
And they say,
fantastic
no,
phenomena.
those aren't angels,
Visions
they're
of the past,
science.
Spheres, fiends, these are all the fireflies doing. In fact, fireflies have something to do with aeons, too. The dreams of the faith reach through the spirit of the summoner. And that which is unreal becomes real for all to see. Or maybe not, who knows? And
Maybe
that,
not,
as
who
they
knows?
say, is that.
It is weird how there's so many options to rest in this game when save spheres just heal you. And like usually in a game where you can do that, it would be like you unlock a secret cutscene or something, or get like a secret ability. Like in Tales of Symphonia, if you stay at certain inns, you can get new skills for Lloyd. But they don't do that here.
Oh, how fare you, Sir Guardian? It seems that Maester Seymour has returned to Guado Salam. He's young, but he deserves our respect.
There's Shalinda and her appeals to authority. And like, she's young too, and she's like, oh, even though he's young, we should still respect him. You know, he's got those wacky young people ideas. Not me though. I'm gonna say 17-year-old boomer. My only goal in life is to become a trad wife. Hey, wait, why do you have an Al Bhed primer? This is some environmental storytelling. Guado hair like this looks like an insect. There we go! Lore! These are Al Bhed sympathizers. Wait, what was that? I just kind of glossed over what he just said, but I can't get it to repeat. The Guado hate the Ronso too? They're like the most pious race in this entire planet. Yeah, no, they're very much like the standard kind of elves kind of thing, where they think they're better than everyone else, but they're gonna extend an olive branch in peace so that everyone can be lifted up to their level instead of trying to just dominate everyone like barbaric other races. Called endurance training. Maybe you've heard of it. Guado are white people? I mean, yeah, in a literal sense, I'm pretty sure they are whiter than the average everyone else in this entire game. God, look at this. This looks so good. Like, what a background. They need to bring back pre-rendered backgrounds so bad. They look so good. Oh, where's Kimahri? I want to get stats.
Kimahri not like Mr. Seymour.
But Kimahri, he's so young.
Kimahri speak no more.
Stay close to Yuna.
I don't like the smell of this one, eh?
But Wakka,
I don't
it's
like
a,
the
it's a,
smell of
oh
this
wait,
one,
he
eh?
doesn't like Seymour because he doesn't adhere to the teachings. Because he's young. He doesn't.
Stay close to Yuna.
I wonder what smells so nice.
Wait, so Riku likes the smell, but Wakka doesn't.
Why does he want to see me?
But Marvin, this Riku can smell. She can smell the evil too, but she thinks it smells good.
does he want to see me?
Oh, okay, you were a
These
cutscene
are the
one.
past leaders of the Guado.
They all look the same.
Maester Seymour doesn't look like
Okay,
them,
so wait.
Don't you know?
Now Tidus is being
The last
racist.
leader. Maester Jiskel wed a human woman. She was Seymour's mother.
Oh.
The last leader, Maester Jiskel, wed a human woman. She was Seymour's mother.
I like Tidus' response to the scandalous race mixing. He's like, oh, interesting. I see what's going on here. Oh, this theme actually sounds a lot like Kuja's theme now that I think about it. Specifically not like the main part, but like the da na 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 kind of that kind of thing. Like this part doesn't sound like it.
This way, please. This way, please.
A different kind of voice line just for that. In case you talk to him again, he'll say it again with a different intonation. Sounds a bit more evil in that one.
I will go inform Lord Seymour. Please wait here.
Look at all this Smash Bros. Food. Look at all these JPEGs of real fruit.
Kimari, speak no more. Stay on your guard.
Why? This guy's just a priest, right?
Those with power use that power.
Tidus, you know
Masters
that
have
if you go
power.
along the priest spear grid, you can get like holy and
Sure
stuff
you
like
don't have
that.
something against Yevon?
I lived a long time in Xanarkand.
Like you weren't there for the boss fight, but Seymour can use the raw tier magic already. And he has healing. He's so
Get
powerful.
the feeling he called us up here for more than just dinner. Nothing against the Maester, but I hope we get this over with quick.
There's no temple here in Guado Salam, see? Summoners usually just pass through on their way elsewhere. What?
I didn't even ask a question and you're explaining things.
You'd rather I say nothing then?
No. Maybe you finally believe I don't know anything about Spira. And maybe that means you believe me about Xanarkand.
I feel
too?
like Summoner
Well,
Tuna is definitely
there are
someone
many
who would
things I
appreciate
do not
plastic
know.
food. She's a girl boss like
Your
that.
Xanarkand
She eats it
is
raw.
one of those things. I suppose I can't say what I think either way. Still, be careful. You shouldn't tell other people.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, this effect looks a lot better on a CRT on the original Final Fantasy X. It's a lot less obvious that they're just 2D images. Like you can see them rotate slightly when you do this.
Why don't you eat something?
Eat the plastic fruit, Tidus.
What could it be? Oh.
Oh, Riku's eating the plastic fruit. You can tell because there's no bite marks. Do you think Lulu's hardline leftist? She's very much into like the traditional, like she's religious like Waka too. Like she's not as deep in the sauce as he is, but she still believes it.
This is good.
Poor Riku, she doesn't know any better.
Truly, it is good to have guests again.
Oh,
Since
you know
Lord
what? I just
Disco
totally
passed
forgot another
away,
thing. I'm
these
not good at this, but
Too quiet.
The death
Hold
of
on.
Lord Jiskel was a great loss for all of Spira.
Was this Maester Jiskel really such a great guy?
we got a new
The
emote.
teachings of Yevon to the Guado. He was truly a great man.
You can now use Hatok
Truly a
Wolfos
loss for
to make a
us all.
Wolfos.
But now a new leader, Lord Seymour, has come before us. Lord Seymour is the child of a Guado and a human. He will be
There's actually some
the
real messed up lore about this
binds our
in
two
specifically the
races
creature
together.
creator side story in
That
10.2.
is not all, I
And you can pick up on the implication
Lord Seymour,
if you play the
He
side
will
content in this
surely
game,
become the
but they make it
shining
more
star
explicit in
that
10.2.
lights the way for all the peoples of Spira.
That is enough trouble. Must I always endure
You're
such
making me
praise?
blush, Trommel. Yo, double dogs.
Welcome.
I wonder if I could. So I have two
wanted to
animated
see me?
emotion
Please,
slots.
make yourselves at
Emoji
home.
slots, I guess I'll
There's
say.
no
That-
rush.
that's a good way to salvage it.
Please keep this short.
And I don't know
Yuna
what to use
must
them on, 'cause I only
rush.
get two. But maybe I could do something like
It's
this.
been a long time
The
since
dancing
I've had
dog.
guests. Lady Yuna, this way.
Oh yeah. One of the FMVs for showing off. Seymour is one of those characters where I think they could have totally played him as more of like a not as obvious antagonist.
The reconstruction
Because he's really like, nice and friendly at first, but they play organ music as he's like helping you. So you never get a chance to be like, oh well, maybe he's they're tricking me and he's gonna be a helpful, nice guy. Man, this must be real messed up for Tidus to be going through.
Correct. Xanarkand, as it looked 1,000 years ago. The great and wondrous Machina city, Xanarkand. She once
I just
lived in
noticed
Metropolis.
Wakka's pants are blowing in the wind as if they're really in a place. And not just standing still watching a movie, basically. So the reason why everyone's faces look kind of uncanny in this game is because all the motion capture was... Like, this is because it was very early 3D, but all the motion capture was done, obviously, by Japanese people. So, in order to make it sync up, they just made the faces look more
Lady
Asian.
Yuleska.
She was the first
And
person to
unfortunately,
defeat Sin
if
and
you
save the world
do
from
some
its ravages.
looking into some Final Fantasy X stuff, I mentioned this in a very early stream, but if you look into it, there's just a
It was
lot
my
of
father who named
very openly
Lord
racist
Braska
sentiment
was
about it
entrusting you with a great
back in
task.
the day. So
He
you know
wanted
that
you to
sucks.
face Sin, as Lady Yunalesca did. However, Lady Yunalesca
It is basically the Cloud of
did
Darkness.
not save the world alone. To defeat the undefeatable Sin, it took an unbreakable bond of love, of the kind that binds two hearts for eternity.
So like real talk, Seymour's plan to make a bond of love with Yuna in order to make a final Aeon would have backfired terribly because the strength of the bond determines the strength of the Aeon. I like how, yeah, I forget his name, but I like how he's dressed so normal and then Yunalesca is just like that. Oh yeah, the spheres are like 4D rides basically. No, it is always love. It's just, it's very much that frozen moral of love doesn't have to be love between a husband and a wife or something like that, or a future husband and wife. Like, it can just be love for another person in any capacity. It just has to be strong emotional attachment and feelings. Although, you know, It's entirely possible there was some sort of love triangle going on with Orin and Braska and Jecht. I think it's safe to say that they may have explored each other's bodies along their pilgrimage.
Wow, your face is beet red.
You okay?
I mean, I'm sure Yevon has some thoughts on that, but who's gonna stop them? Kimahri also.
He asked me to marry him.
You serious? Hey!
No, that's the thing. Braska
You
successfully
know what
fixed
Yuna must
Jecht.
do.
Of course.
Like, clearly Braska was some sort of amazing parent besides the part where he goes on a suicide
Charged with
pilgrimage.
bringing peace to
And he
Spira.
was so good that he
But
was
this
able
means
to
more than just
rub off
defeating
on
sin.
Jecht and make him into a better
She
father
must
as
ease
well.
the suffering of all
He's the
spirits.
secret MVP
She
here.
must be a leader for the people. I proposed to Lady Yuna as a maester of Yevon.
Spira is no playhouse. A moment's diversion may amuse an audience, but it changes nothing.
Even so, the actors must play their parts. There's no need to answer right away. Please, think it over.
We will do so then. We leave.
Lady Yuna, I await your favorable reply. Why are you still here, sir? I beg your pardon. We Guado are keen to the scent of the Farplane.
I gotta say, Seymour is really... Tidus! I forgot he did that. Yeah, Seymour is really holding it together really well, considering Yuna basically got sick over the concept of marrying him. Like, he could really hold it together. Oh, how do I deal with that bot? Be gone, bot. It's a shame it's not... yeah, like... Why can I not just easily ban it from here? There we go. Block. What else can I do? This kind of stuff should be just front and center, I think. I can't even find where I delete the comment, but whatever. Bot slain for the time being.
Yuna, the High Summoner's daughter. Seymour, the leader of the Guado. Married in the name of Yevon, overcoming the barriers of race. It would give Spira something cheery to talk about for a change.
Sounds just like a passing daydream, like Orin says.
Come on, let's just get on with the pilgrimage. I mean, marriage?
Jealous?
What?
He just doing
No
his
way.
best Sonic impression, going,
We gotta
marriage?
defeat
No
sin.
way!
Romance can wait.
You sure picked a fine time to lay this one on us.
Maybe it is a fine time.
You serious?
If my getting married would help Spira,
It is literally
Make
royal
people
wedding
happy.
bullshit.
if I could do that for people, maybe I should do what I can. I never imagined doing anything like this.
Like, yeah, like
I
Yuna's
won't
whole
answer
thing is that
till I know what's right.
she
Seriously?
goes through her entire
Well,
life
just quit
thinking
your
that she
pilgrimage
has
and
to...
get married.
Her entire existence has to be devoted
I
to
will.
other people.
Go on.
She can't take care
I'm
of
sure
herself
that
at all.
Lord Seymour will understand.
Like, she
I
gets a
guess
couple
so.
fleeting moments of her
I am a
own
summoner.
gratification, and that's
I
about
must
it.
fight and defeat sin.
Like Braska before you.
I had to stop
It's
myself
theoretically
from shouting.
admirable how
there
determined
to
she
think
is and
about?
how stubborn she is in adhering to
going
these
to the
values she
Father.
has, but
I'm going
it's
to see my
all
father and think on this.
like
Go
external
on.
and
We'll
not
be
her
right
own real
behind you.
values. It's nothing to do with her.
I wondered why none of the others ever asked Yuna.
It's a
love
theoretically
Seymour?
impressive.
Do you even like
Impressive.
him?
I'm getting distracted by tears again. Like, of course, no one asked if she liked Seymour. She looked like she was about to throw up. Alright, what do I do now? Is it time for the far plane yet? I don't think it is. Oh, no, it is. Yeah, not. Or is it? I can go through now. Huh, wait, it is time for this, I guess.
Question about this far plane. When somebody dies,
He just doesn't get
someone
social
sends
cues.
them to the
Yeah,
far
exactly.
plane,
He's so
right?
relatable.
So their souls, or whatever they are, they go to the far plane, right? But that's the far plane we're going to, right? And Yuna's old man's there too? Do dead people live there or something?
Seymour has worse vibes than Kefka? Of course he does. Kefka is literally just the Joker. But, like, Kefka, like, Seymour is entirely just, like, he's supposed to be slimy and gross. That's his entire thing.
You'll see once we
Like,
get there.
His whole initial bit is just that he's like a slimy politician who talks like this and is so prim and proper and forward thinking and saying whatever it is that will get him something that's beneficial. And then he starts talking like this.
Aren't you coming?
I do not belong there.
You're scared.
Searching the past to find the future. This is all that is there. I need it not. You'd better be going.
You're not really going to see the dead. More like your memories of them.
There we go.
People think of their relatives, and the Fireflies react.
Riku going on
They take on the form
r/atheism.
of the dead person.
Talking about how it
An
makes no
illusion,
sense how
nothing
people
else.
go into the heaven dimension to see exclusively dead people
What?
that are
You're not
formed
going
through
either, Riku?
glowing fireflies
my
that
memories
form into
inside.
fiends because when dead people there
Memories
die,
are
they
nice,
release these
but that's all
fireflies,
they
and if
are.
they aren't sent using a magical dance, then they'll form into monsters out of resentment for the living.
You're still here.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a perfectly reasonable scientific explanation here.
See you later.
And that's because it's the life stream from Final Fantasy VII. Beyond this magic portal. I mean, yeah, no, that is the thing. Auron can't go in there, or he will just pass on to the next life. Like he is just Fireflies or whatever right now. He's an unsent.
What the?
Look at that 3D model doing its best against an FMV. Oh, it disappeared a bit too soon. Auron is a very strong bugs. Like, there's no reason why that 3D model has to be there. Like, they didn't have to... They could have just made an FMV.
The far plane was cool, but I couldn't stop thinking about
It was
Yuna.
cool, I
Her
guess.
parents.
Kinda,
they looked
seeing
so
the
happy
dead.
Together. But it got me worried that maybe seeing them would make Yuna really consider Seymour's proposal.
Yo, Chapu!
I don't
Meant to
get
come
why
say
they didn't at
earlier, huh?
least make Chapu blonde.
Sorry.
Like, say, oh, he
I
looks
know you
just like
won't hold it
Tidus.
against me.
In no way.
I gave up that game. I'm a guardian from here on, you know? This guy looks a lot like you. Showed up. Traveling with him, I thought maybe you were still alive somewhere, yeah?
Look at that vacant smile.
Then
Maybe he
again,
is like
Here you
Tidus.
are on the far plane, guess your place is here. So, how you been? Oh, that guy I just told you about?
So yeah, I think this is the point where Brotherhood gets stat boosts.
Huh? Whoa.
Wait, what happened? Why is your message red? Hey, Hatot, check out the Gen 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Fusion art. Okay, I'll do that. And that's just clouds. That's, of course, the clouds look the same.
Just a sec more.
He is dead, and I am still alive.
Brotherhood is one of the
Coming
coolest
here
swords you've
really
ever
makes
seen.
that clear.
It's weird
I should
how
focus more on what I have to
Brotherhood
do
is
now.
like not special at all. Like it's Tidus' signature weapon, but it has no meaning to him. It's
I'm
just a
not even
gift
sure
from
what I'm
Waka that
saying.
has meaning to him.
Don't you mean that you should leave Chapu behind?
Like
I'm sure he was a
Revolver
great
for
guy, but
Squall isn't
there'll be
very
others.
essential either, and Blazefire Saber
That's
for
a
Lightning is a
possibility.
standard military tech.
How about
But like
Waka?
the Buster Sword is
me?
significant to
With
Cloud.
Waka?
Yeah, you two get along great.
And like
Getting along
Brotherhood
isn't
is like just as
enough,
iconic.
not
Well, not
even
just as.
close.
Nothing beats the
Oh,
Buster
sorry.
Sword, but
My
like
mistake.
it's weird how it's
You
so
do well to
iconic to
remember
Tidus,
that.
but it means nothing to him.
Knowing a bit about women might come in handy someday.
Yeah, I'll remember.
I won't be forgetting either. Goodbye, Chapu. You always said I looked grumpy. But those were the happiest days of my life.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a stock image.
Why don't you try calling someone? All you have to do is think about them.
So, Yuna?
I've decided.
Oh, really? That's good.
I remember when I was only 7 years old in Bavel that day. My father had defeated Sin, and the whole town was out in the streets.
It
Everyone
makes
was
sense that they
laughing.
give Blaze
all
Fire
seemed
Sabers
so
and like
happy.
Gunblades in general to
If
the
I
best of the
defeated
best because
Sin,
they seem like
that
they're
would make
insanely hard to
everyone happy.
use. It's literally a gun and a sword. And
I
also
must
because
do
anime, you have to
everyone
use it
wants.
by like doing a
Not just
backflip.
what I want.
Let's go back. You gotta tell Seymour.
Creepy how none of the
Before
dead people
that,
talk. Well, they're
call Sir
basically
Jack.
just images of the dead people.
Give it a try.
Like it's not actually summoning the person.
Don't worry. He won't come.
Trying not to think about my old man made me think about him, of course.
See, told you.
He isn't here because he's not dead. He's Sin.
I mean, Riku's right in the sense that they
What if
they
my
are
old man
created
really
by
is
the
Sin?
Fireflies.
What would I say to you?
But the thing is that
Heck, to
the
everybody.
fact that they're only the
Wait,
dead appear
why should I have to
means it's
apologize for
definitely
him
not
anyway?
just like, oh,
I'd rather
it's
never
just
see him
your memories and your
What
science is just
makes you
leaking out
hate
and
him so?
turning into them. Like
Everything
it's
he
clearly
does just
like,
makes me mad.
if anything,
was his
it
fault.
leads into
Me and
that
my
kind
mother.
of creepy, like philosophical thing of like when you die,
Mom?
your soul is purified of all memories and
It's
identity.
her?
And this is basically just
She's
all that's
very
left is
pretty.
like your visual image of yourself.
But
The heaven dimension doesn't have
Wait.
audio. Yeah, that could be it.
no one ever performed the sending for her.
She must have accepted death while she was still alive.
Whoa there. That's my mother you're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think I just...
The acoustics are terrible. Yeah, no,
Figured
they're
something
talking,
out.
but you just can't pick it up because
What?
they're in this giant open
I
space
hate
full
my
of
own
clouds.
See, so I told him what I thought of him right there.
It's like that clip I saw of the Shazam movie where there's like a villain giving this big speech to Shazam, but he's really far away. So he's like, "What are you saying? I can't hear you. Are you making a big speech?"
Just
They
a
speak in
sec, dear.
wingdings? No, that's Gaster you're thinking of.
Whenever my old man was around, my mother wouldn't...
Yeah, so
look at
Tidus's
me.
mom wasn't great
Maybe
either.
that's when I started
She
to resent
literally,
him.
she
Even
like,
hate him.
Jekt was explicitly
When he left
abusive,
us,
but
Mom just lost
his
her
mom was
energy.
neglectful. So, you know, if anything, it's a wonder Tidus turned out as good as he did.
Is she all right?
Why should you care?
If she dies, I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't say Mom is gonna die.
I apologize.
The old lady next door told me, when a lovebird dies, the one left behind, it just gives up living so it can join its mate. It was just like that. I hated my old man even more. But really, my old man...
Would Spamton fit into the world of Final Fantasy X? I feel like he wouldn't. I don't think I buy that one.
You'll cry if you don't.
See, Jecht really does care. Sometimes he tells his wife to look after their kid.
I must sound so stupid.
I don't think so.
How embarrassing.
Well, need some more time.
No. I'm ready.
Did I miss something?
Thanks
She
for
still
waiting.
has the fruit.
I'll go give my answer to Maester Seymour.
She's still eating the plastic fruit.
Lord Jiskel.
Oh no, the science is escaping.
He does not belong here.
Why?
Yuna, send him.
Quickly, Yuna, use chemistry to send him back to the science.
Jiskel.
He is Lord Jiskel no more.
She's just nodding on
Send
it.
him now.
That's very in character, honestly.
Talk later. We leave now.
Yeah, she's like a little dog or something. She's like,
What was that just now? That really Lord Jiskel?
I don't understand how a man like Lord Jiskel can die and not be sent.
I would think that he was sent once, but he stayed on Spira. Something, a powerful emotion, could have bound him to this world. Such things happen.
That's against the rules, isn't it?
It means he died an unclean death.
yeah, Orin didn't think about that one, but I guess he just has a very strong willpower. I mean, he is the Black Mage. Yeah, don't tell anyone about the dead speaking. Well, that wouldn't be very good for society.
I will go meet with Maester Seymour.
Oh, hey! Yo, we did it!
Yuna!
Part 1 of Operation Revive the Overlay is complete.
Not yours.
Just in time, because we're about to end this. Nice. Now we have enough.
What?
We have 10,000 white wolfos to
So,
help
Lulu,
rebuild
what do
the
you think about
overlay.
Yuna getting married?
As long as the pilgrimage continues, either way's fine.
That's it? What if she doesn't even like the guy? Is that okay?
The boys' hard work
marry
paid
for
off.
many
Yep,
reasons.
but it's only just the beginning.
What's that mean?
Sometimes marriage doesn't require love, you know? Defeat sin and bring joy to the people of Spira. Get married and bring joy to the people of Spira. For Yuna, they're just two ways down the same road. All you need is determination. If
Yo,
you have
Undertale?
that, you don't need love.
I don't know. I just don't get it.
All right, I gotta find a save point because we're getting to the end of this. But yeah, next time we're gonna go out, and, visit the Thunder Plains and stuff. Hopefully, get some more stats. We didn't get a whole lot of stats in this this run, but you know, sometimes there's lots of cutscenes in JRPGs. Anyways,